Welcome back to Hudson Valley Week in Review. I'm Amy Greene. Our coverage continues in Kingston, where the Ulster County Office Building is the site of two new exhibits that showcase some of Kingston's most important points in history. 2015 marks the 350th anniversary of the creation and signing of the treaty between Governor Richard Nicolls and the Sachems and the people called the Soaps Indians, made the 7th of October, 1665. In commemoration, the two exhibits will focus on the events leading up to and through the signing of the treaty. The first exhibit, on display now, focuses on life before the signing, specifically the founding of Wiltwyck in 1652. Starting in June, a second exhibit will actually showcase the 1665 treaty, along with renewals made in the years following. The treaty includes 9 clauses that outline the peace promise between the settlers and Native Americans. Ulster County Clerk Nina Postupak recently spoke with us about the exhibits and the importance of keeping Kingston's history alive by displaying these artifacts.
This exhibit is a prelude to peace, and it talks about the time in colonial Ulster County, Kingston and Wiltwyck before the peace treaty, which is the 350th anniversary of the signing of the peace treaty, what life was like here in Kingston and Wiltwyck. It is free to the public. It's on the 2nd floor of the county office building, and it depicts 12 panels, and each one of those panels has 3 documents. The first document is the original Dutch record, and it's written in Dutch. The second panel is the transcription of that Dutch record, which was done in 1899 by a gentleman named Digman Versteeg. And then the third document is a typewritten transcription of that actual Dutch record. The treaty, which we will be showcasing in the fall, and the exhibit will surround all the events leading up to the treaty, was really the time of peace when the Native Americans came together with the settlers and the English and the Dutch, and actually said, we're going to forget about our past, forget about all the hurt, the wars, the famine, and we're going to make peace. And that treaty was the beginning of many treaties for the next 30 to 40 years that were renewed to keep that peace between the English, Dutch, and the Native Americans. So it's very interesting. This exhibit itself goes from 1652 to 1665. So it spans about 12 years. And it really takes our old Dutch records, the original Dutch records, and our secretary's records. And it reflects everything from court proceedings to land acquisitions. So you'll see Peter Stuyvesant, the first document that was created, where Peter Stuyvesant was the governor of New Netherlands. And he said, let's build a stockade to protect ourselves. And that's what's known as Uptown Kingston today. So that original document is showcased here. And you'll go on to see when the English took over, because the Dutch were in control in the beginning, and then Richard Nicolls actually took over from Peter Stuyvesant, because Peter Stuyvesant wanted to keep peace and not war. And the Dutch and the English started to cohabitate together, and some of the stresses and the difficulties that they faced living together with different cultures trying to cohabitate. History is so important, and I think one of the reasons that we find it to be so important is in our second exhibit case, because we have 2 teaching packets there that we received through grants. And these teaching packets are for 4th through 8th grade students, and it's geared towards American history curriculum. And we have one that's Where Cultures Collide, which talks about the Native Americans and how they lived with the colonists back in that time. And the other one is about colonial time, tying in the Person House, which is over in Uptown Kingston that the county clerk's office oversees. And it gives the children an opportunity to see what history was like here in Ulster County, and then to be able to go over the Person House and see it firsthand is just amazing. And so we keep history alive for our children, for our ancestors, for our students, and for us to understand where we came from and what made us the people we are today. I hope people will really realize what our founding fathers went through to get us to where we are today. The trials, the tribulations, the working together, the bringing together of so many different groups to understand what it was to build a government back there and a country, and the hardships that they faced, and really to see from primary documents how the people and the times come alive for them. So I hope that people have the opportunity to come to the county office building, 244 Fair Street, second floor, and visit our exhibit. It will be up through the summer months, and then in the fall we'll showcase the treaty which was signed back in 1665.
When we come back, we take a look again at a major issue facing Ulster County, its infrastructure. Stay with us.